Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody watching, no matter where you're watching. How are you doing? This is your guy, DeMarcus Tunsil, for the Beta Project here. And you can always watch that YouTube at Humble and Focus, all one word. Feel free to put it in the search bar. Will pop up. Today is December 31st. It's the last video of the year. And today's title is Review. And today's quote is awesome. It's like, if you don't become what you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. And that's by Oprah Winfrey. Like, how awesome is it to have an Oprah Winfrey quote to end the year off with? I think it's awesome. Let me show you. It even got like a little butterfly at the back. Look at that. Look at the butterfly. Oh, that's so pretty. That's good job, Oprah. Great job. So if you want to believe that you can become a pink butterfly, there you go. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is the last one of the year, but ladies and gentlemen, it's more than that. A lot of people got those New Year's resolutions that they're about to get in and about to take care of. And yes, you guys got to get to work. Some of you guys started the New Year's resolutions a couple months ago when I was talking about it. That's great. But see, here's the way that time works. It continues. So if you didn't start it back then, you're going to have to go ahead and start it now. But the New Year's resolutions are upon us, and it's time for you to be blessed. All right. So I want you to think about your New Year's resolution. What do you got on it? You got to lose weight. You want to make more money. You want to have a successful relationship. I understand. Most of those are on most of ours, right? But what I want you to realize, ladies and gentlemen, is that the only way for those to actually happen is for you to put in the energy and the work and believe that they are possible. Not get to a point and it starts to plateau and you stop. No. You got to keep going. This seems really easy, right? Well, there's more to this than we're going. So give me a second. So remember, this is the last video of the year. But this is also the last video of the decade. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 10 years since you hit December 31st, 2009. 10 years. And some of you might be in that same position that you were in 10 years ago, talking about, I'm going to do it later. Kind of like what I was talking about with the New Year's resolutions. Some people don't want to start them early because they want to do whatever they want to do until they can't do it anymore. And then, okay, now I'll start and I'll do it for a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, it takes a mentality shift and a mentality change to get to the point where things start becoming normal, where you reset your default. So what I want you to think is the review part is not review for the year, because I didn't say review your year. The review part is that, are you going to end up being the same person in 2020 that you were in 2010, this January 1st? That's what I want you to think about. Are you going to be the same man, the same woman that you were 10 years ago? Other than that, just a little bit older with a little bit different beard. Or will you place yourself in a different place that's going to be able to you'll be able to see the drastic difference in just a few months or a few years to where you end up in another place. Ladies and gentlemen, what we got to realize is, once again, what we do with the resolutions is we're planting the seed. And the seed itself takes time to grow. So yeah, you may not see all your greatness in 2019 at the beginning, but keep going and see where you end up by the end. That's the whole point of it, is to change your life. Not to just put something in place temporarily so you can say you have something to do. New Year's resolution means result. You know, you're going to be in that position to where nothing is going to stop you from doing what you're doing, which means that it must continue. You can't be you can't have a resolution about something and then not continue to do it. Most people make a resolution and then go ahead and stop. Why? Because it's too hard to keep it up. But ladies and gentlemen, it's necessary if you want that change. It's not going to be something temporary you can just do and then get off of it. That's why people get and they lose weight. When they get off of it, they gain the weight back because they go back to their default. So I want you to think about the person that you were in 2010. And then I want you to think about the person you're going to be in 2020. It's 10 years. Are you going to be the same? Are you going to be complaining about the same things? Are you going to be doing the same things? Or are you going to grow up? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you can never see, we try to stay in being young again, but we'll never be younger than we are right now. This is as young as you will ever be again, because you can't go backwards. So you have the past to utilize as, we'll say, examples of what to do and not to do. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is you stepping forward that's going to give you that new year coming up in the future. So, what are you going to be? What do you want to do? Me, personally, what are my New Year's resolutions that I started earlier? I've already lost 15 pounds. I'm going to continue on that journey. So I'm going to go down. My job is get down to 210, 215. Okay? Get my blood pressure in check, ladies and gentlemen. I'm dangerously high, like stroke range. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can't affect people in the most positive ways if I'm dead. And that's me being real. So I got to get that down. Another thing is I'm going to make $1 million in 2020. And remember, hold on, let me show you what Oprah said. You don't become what you want, you become what you have. Or sorry, you become what you believe. You don't become what you want, you become what you believe. Now, why did I pick $1 million? Because I told my friend, I was like, hey, I'm going to set a goal, an astronomical goal of $200,000, $250,000 for this year. And I realized when I set that goal that I knew that goal was obtainable, which means it was relying on my own self, my own doing, and not relying on what is possible. Because remember this book, The Secret? In this book by Bob Doyle, it says size is nothing to the universe. It is no more difficult to attract on a scientific level something that we consider huge to something that we consider infinitely small. It is easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. It is the same process, and the only reason why one may come faster and the other may take longer is because you thought that $1 million was a lot of money and that $1 was not so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, why am I not reaching for $1 million? I was willing to go ahead I know I'm going to get 250,000, but why am I not reaching for $1 million? If that's possible, then $1 million is possible. So I decided to change my goal to something that, one, it takes belief, and one, it's going to take astronomical work. We set goals like, okay, yeah, I can get these. We want goals that are outside of our reach. Like, if I want to reach right now, I can pick up this paper. But I want a goal so far. I want to write on papyrus paper from the Great Pyramids of Egypt. I can't get that in this zone over my reach. I gotta go somewhere else to get that piece of paper. Now, why am I saying that? Because it's the growth and the effort and the energy that you put forth that's gonna grow you to that person. And as you step forward and get out of the zone, what you realize, you're gonna get closer to that dream and that person you're supposed to be. One of the reasons why so many of us are not the greatest version of ourselves, because it's a whole lot easier not to be. And society teaches us to be average, and it's okay to be like everybody else. But we were designed to be different, which means we are all unique, which means that we all have something that we need to give. And if it's not too big to ask for $1 and it's not too big to ask for $1 million, I'm gonna choose $1 million. Why? Because this year I learned a lesson. I learned a lot of lessons this year. One of my other resolutions is to get this love thing in my mind straightened out, Rubik's Cube, that bad boy. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But one of the things I learned this year is I put on Facebook, I was looking for people to help me out. And I wanted to buy socks for the homeless. And I didn't really get a big response from that. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not here to judge. But then I realized something. I go, I'm asking other people to do something that's not on their hearts and not necessarily on their minds, and may not be in their pocketbooks. And they may not realize that by giving, it comes back to you tenfold. So in my mind, if I ask for $1 million, I can buy all the socks that I need to buy in the wintertime when it gets cold and I'm outside freezing just getting cars for people. I can go and buy socks for people that are waterproof. I can buy socks for people that are cold proof. And I can put that out in the universe and let these people who are losing their feet and their toes, and because I went with, it was Danielle. I went with Danielle. We went out and delivered pizzas. I don't know if you guys remember that. And one of the things that they kept asking us for, it wasn't the food. They said, hey, do you guys have socks and gloves? So I decided I wanted to do that this year, right? But it didn't come through. I didn't have enough help, right? But if I have $1 million, I can serve my community in the way that it needs to be served, and I don't necessarily have to hope that some people will join in so it can get done. But instead, I can utilize the works of myself and the things that are on my heart to grow me to a level that my growth and my success can bless others. And that's what it's all about. See, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we fail to realize, that most people, when they make that New Year's resolution, it's a selfish one. Why do I know that? Because I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. I want to have a successful this. I want to have all these things are mainly selfish, right? And it's okay to have these selfish New Year's resolutions, but what are they going to do to give back to the community, to give back to the world? That's what I want you to think about. See, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be willing to make a resolution to grow, why not grow something so big that you can drag your family along with it? Grab your friends and bring them forward. Grab your coworkers. Grab strangers. None of us are strangers. We're all connected somehow. If we're all standing at the line at McDonald's, guess what? We all hungry. I can buy meals for everybody. I can buy meals for you get what I'm saying? But if you only ask for something so big, so small, we talked about this, if we only ask for something this small, and we say, okay, my New Year's resolution is to lose weight and to do this, listen, this is as far as your blessing gets, if you get there. Because if you set your bar high, you might go short. But if you set your bar low and you still go short, then it doesn't work. So if this is your blessing, we talked about this yesterday, holding on too tight. If this is your blessing that you're asking for, you can't bless people. But if you're asking for something so astronomical that it takes two hands to get it, now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You have extra. You have access. Sorry, access. You have more. You have abundance. And by getting that abundance helps you change the world that's all the way around you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you to think about here. You can help anybody you choose to help. You can have anything you choose to have. You can do anything you choose to do, but it's up to us to step forward and ask for these things and believe in them. What did Oprah say? You don't become what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't become a worker if you're already a worker. You don't become that. You become what you believe. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're working at a factory and you're a factory worker, or you're working at a McDonald's, or you're working at a restaurant and you're a server, ladies and gentlemen, if you believe you're a server, guess what you become? A server. But if you believe you're a millionaire, if you believe that you're a speaker, if you believe that you're a supporter, if you believe that you're a volunteer, guess what you end up doing? You end up doing what you believe. This is so true. So I need you to believe in yourself to the point where nothing can stop you. Why? Because it's your belief of what you are. If you believe that you're in a relationship, you will be in a relationship. If you believe that you deserve more money, you will, but you must believe it first. And if you believe it, watch what happens. Oh my gosh, what's happening? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tweak your New Year's resolution to make it bigger than you. It's your New Year's resolution, but make it bigger than you. If you didn't notice Aladdin, all Aladdin did for the most part, other than that last wish, was wish for himself. He could have changed everything, and Agrabah he lived in poverty as a child and grew up in poverty and saw kids running on the street and was like, oh, here you go, here's a loaf of bread. But when it came time for his wishes, all Aladdin did was wish to get a girl. He didn't wish, I wish to change the complete and utter landscape of Agrabah and everything around this country so that nobody starves to death. Why? Because his thought process was on him and him alone. So why do I bring that up about Aladdin? Because that's one of my favorite Disney movies. You know about that? I'm about that life. But in all reality, ladies and gentlemen, it's the selfishness of us that doesn't allow for us to see other people when greatness comes in front of us. Instead, we make a deal that, oh, I need something for me to satisfy mine. I need to take care of this guy or this girl, whatever. Aladdin had the power of the universe within his hands, and he wished for something selfish for himself. Until the end, he was genie free. But what if he would have just wished for everybody to have more? How would that change life? Now you're like, oh yeah, it would have changed, nobody works. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not what it's about right here. It's not about the aspect of what happens out there. It matters here in your heart. Just because you go out and do great things, you can't worry about how people are going to act or do. That's why, people are like, oh, I don't give money to the homeless when they're on the street because I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's not about that. It's about the aspect of giving in that moment to give them something. It doesn't matter what they do next. It doesn't matter if they ask 1 million people and they're a millionaire. That's irrelevant, because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it's about the giving heart and the giving spirit. And a giving spirit and a giving heart attracts. So if you believe that you can do it, ladies and gentlemen, it's already done. I believe I'm going to be a millionaire in 2020. Why? Because I'm already, by saying this out loud and recording this online and putting it out in the universe is already seeing it. It's like, okay, he wants to be a millionaire. Let's start sending him stuff. Let's start sending him people. Let's start sending him ideas. Let's start sending him things that put him in place for his growth. Now watch what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to believe it's true. So let me go to this last quote here. Oh, the music ain't even going. Oh my goodness. What did I do? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so let me go to this last quote. I'm going to take Oprah off. This last quote here, and we'll let you guys go for today. And the reason I'm doing this was because I saw it and I was like, this is powerful. I was only going to do one, but this is a really powerful quote. It says, though no one can go back and make a brand new start. You can't start over, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go backwards to being high school and say, oh, if I knew then what I know now. You can't do that. I understand that that's a great sentiment and it's a great thought thing, but you can't go backwards. So you can't go back in time, ladies and gentlemen, and make a brand new start. But anyone, you, me, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Every race that they start ends, but then a new race can start at any time. Think about a track meet. So So what I need you to focus on is starting a new beginning, starting right now, putting the energy in 2020, but it starts in 2019. It starts today. It starts back before if you started whenever I told you to start. But it starts now. Pick it up and go for it. It doesn't matter what happened to you in the past. It doesn't matter if that person hurts you, because you can start a new chapter. Why? Because it's back there. And the only way for you to check, oh, there's a quote that I love. You're reading a chapter in a book, right? So you're like, oh, okay, I'm reading a chapter in a book. And you can't read the next chapter until you're willing to finish the last. You can't read the next chapter until you're willing to finish the last. How do I know that? Try to read a book and get to the end of the chapter and then just stop. And without turning the page, I want you to get to the next chapter. You can't do it. How do I know that? Because it's a book, and that's not how books work. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to let go of some things to get to the new stage. Now, understand, ladies and gentlemen, just because you let go of what was in the past doesn't mean that you can't have a different version of that same thing now, but you have to let go of what is in the past. I have things on my heart, I definitely do, that I need to start to let go of. Some fears that are in my mind all the time. I got personal development conferences coming out of the wazoo for 2020. Why? Because the best version of me lies there. How do I know? Because I've already seen what the best version of me was in 19. And I mean 9, now I'm going to 20. Oh yeah, it's good, man. There's stuff coming, but I got to keep pressing forward. And now it's time for you to press forward too. So ladies and gentlemen, everything you believe is yours. Review. Are you going to be the same person in 2019 and 2009, 2009? Are you going to be the same person in 2020? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope your answer is no, because the world needs more of you. But it's time to step up and not make selfish resolutions. Make resolutions that are going to change the world. If you want to, make selfish resolutions that are going to take you to a new level so you can take other people with you. But don't make them just for yourself. If you want to lose weight, say, I'm going to help lose 100 pounds between me and my friends. And you don't let them falter. You know, if you want, just make it. I can't tell you what you want, ladies and gentlemen, but you have ideas in your head about what you want. And I just need you to listen to my words when I say this. You are the most powerful being in your life, and you don't even realize it if you're not putting your effort forward. Like there's, and I saw an E.T. quote, and I sent it up to all over my Facebook friends and said, there's somebody out there that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And so if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, you have to step up for them because they're looking at you for an example. You're the best thing that they can see. So I need you to step up and be the best version you can be. Why? Because it's necessary for life to continue. They need you. Just like you may need somebody else. But if just say you don't have nobody else, ladies and gentlemen, I may not have nobody else. I've got examples of the E.T.s and the Eric Thomases and the Les Browns and Inky Johnsons and the, what's his name? The Joel Osteens and the Jim Rohns. I got those guys as examples, and as I got those examples, I've got to press forward with those guys in my view. You know, obviously the Bible is also right there. Now, why do I do that? Is because there's people behind me looking at my backside. Do you get that? So let's say this is here. This is me. That's me. I'm blessed. I like that, right? There's people behind me looking at me to see what I'm going to do. And so if there's people behind me looking at me to see what I'm going to do, there's no way in the world I'm just going to stop. Because if you're in line at McDonald's, and you're in line and you're here, and the line cashier is up there, if you stop right here, then the line stops. And so does the progress of everyone behind you also. Even if the line keeps moving forward, if you stop, the process stops. So you got to keep moving forward, taking a step every single day to get closer to that dream that you want and that goal that you want, ladies and gentlemen. You can't let anything stop you, not even yourself. Think strong, think big. Don't let anything stand in your way. Grow, be the best. It's yours. It is yours. You're the most powerful being in your life. Why are you not doing so? Why are you not stepping up into it? You were not made to just work 40 hours a week, come home, take care of kids, and go to sleep and do it again the next day. There's so much more to you, ladies and gentlemen. School is a construct that was constructed by man. Why? Because they needed someplace to put their kids when they started going to work, because they were farmers and then they went to a job that 40 hours a week and they couldn't put their kids anywhere. And they're like, hey, put them in school. We'll teach them instead of you having to. They're like, great. That's how school started, right? But think about it, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much more to life where you got to invest in your children. Yeah, they need to learn. Yeah, you need to focus in on them and pour into them, but there's more to it. But if they're watching you and they see all you're doing is going to work, and they see you're not really happy all the time. I mean, you may put on a happy face, but kids aren't dumb. But if they see you're not happy, then they're going to do what mommy did, and they're going to take the example. Hopefully, they take the example and go a different way. You have the ability to change your world, to change the world because your children are watching you. Change the world because somebody else is watching you. Inspire somebody else to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the year of review. It's time to review yourself and see what your traits are. Where's your power? And indulge in that power. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's about all I can give you. Woo! Preach my message today. I'm supposed to be at work. Well, I'm gonna be late for work. I don't care. Why? Because this is so much more important. If I get fired today, then it was destined for me to get fired. But I hope it's not the case yet. Or maybe it is the case. And if it is, I got work to do. I mean, I just said call in $1 million. Maybe that's why I'm still on here with you, because I need to get fired today so I got free time for tomorrow so I can start planning my empire. Changing the world one step at a time. It's up to us. We are the ones that are going to change it. Luckily, the youth are starting to change a little bit. If you start watching, the youth are starting to change our world because they realize that if we don't change our world now, it won't be a world of change. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, humans are resilient, but I mean, dang. I'm just saying. So it's up to you. New Year's resolution. Kill it. Get it. It's yours. Don't let anybody stop you. Be great all the time. It's yours to give. It's yours to create. Don't lower your expectations, ladies and gentlemen. Go high. Go big. And a happy birthday to SH. I hope everything in the universe comes to you that you've been looking for, and that you receive all the things that you want and all the blessings that are supposed to come your way. I wish that for all of you. I'm not gonna lie. Whether it's your birthday or not, I wish you the best. And I want to mention some of my friends just because you guys have been helping me out this year. So Lauren, thank you. Sarah, thank you. Janae, thank you. John and Caitlin, thank you. Marlene, thank you. Stephen, thank you. Diamond, thank you. Oh man, Luis, my Texas boy. Mi hermano, thank you. There's so many more. I'm trying to go through this in my head. Just thank you all. Oh, Brandon, thank you. There's just so many people. Tyler, thank you. All these people that are in my life right now that are helping me to move forward. I appreciate you pouring into me and giving me these spots. Mandy, oh my gosh, Mandy, thank you. Julia, thank you. All these people in my life. And I'm taking this time to do this because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not thankful for what you have, you can't be thankful for what's about to come. And I'm so thankful for these people. Faith Church, thank you. My brothers, my mom, my sister, my grandma, my cousins, all them. I ain't got no sister, but my play sisters, thank you. Toya, thank you. All these people, thank you, because it's necessary right now to thank those people because it's about to go down and I'm about to lift me up, which means you all coming with me. So just get on these coattails and start running because we're going to run together. And if you fall, it's okay. The coattails are long. Just grab on a little piece of it until you can pick yourself up. Keep going. If there's anybody else I forgot, I do really, really apologize. I 100% do. I just want you to believe in yourself. And I know you can do it. And I know the world needs what you got. So it's time to give it. Hey, I'm gonna leave it like this. This is you, 2020. You're blessed. Do something about it. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I leave that, hold on. I believe and I love. I believe and I love. I believe and I love in each and every single one of you and the power that you have in your life. So what I want you to go out and do is just go out and kill 2020. Start tomorrow. Start now. The best time to plant a tree is today. Sorry, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. So go out there and plant that tree. God's going to take care of us. The universe is going to take care of us, ladies and gentlemen. We got this. Stay blessed. Have a good one. Happy New Year tomorrow.